Hello everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Josip and welcome to the first of many Caffeine.ai tutorials that I'm going to be publishing with prompts and everything and anything related to Caffeine.ai and how it works. So for everybody who doesn't know and who's new to this, Caffeine.ai is an agentic coding platform which in the background utilizes something which is called Internet Computer Protocol, a layer 1 blockchain, and then based on that you're able to have direct applications and websites running on chain while in parallel creating them through prompt-based features that Caffeine offers. It's it's an amazing concept. It was just launched on the alpha stages on 15th of July in San Francisco, and today I'm creating my first video to show you a bit around the platform, what are you able to do, how does the UI look like, and then based on that also show you some of the examples of what I created. And we're gonna go as well very deep in the future when it comes to prompting. How do you prompt in the most efficient way in order to get the desired outcome when it comes to agentic platforms? Because one very crucial thing when often people are doing, playing around with Lovable, Cursor, Caffeine, a lot of different platforms, is that they don't understand the prompting side of things and prompt engineering, which is very important in order to firstly don't have technical depth in the code itself, but then on top of that also make ease of deployment afterwards, because then it's much more easier and clearer for other people to understand what was written by it and how it functions. So giving you having said all of this, let's go a dive deeper into the Caffeine AI and things which are possible. It's an absolutely amazing platform. I'm very bullish on it due to the fact that you have so much different potential when it comes to bringing blockchain to the masses, especially when it comes to the developer side of things. And I think Caffeine AI is at this forefront where essentially you can have a bunch of new developers as well as the senior ones and all the existing ones creating applications and websites, be that Web 2 or Web 3 oriented, and then pushing it out to the masses, pushing their ideas out to the masses essentially. So first and foremost, when you go into the Caffeine AI, you can have your profiles, themes, etc. One thing over here is that you have multiple different things which you can see, and then this window switches, right? So you have firstly a chat function, which is essentially your chat for the project itself. On the right side, on the left side over here, you're able to see all of your projects, similar to all of the other agentic coding platforms that have the same UI. But here you can switch between those and essentially have them if you want to use it for the future references and build upon it as new versions go along, right? Then you have the chat features, you have the specs. These are essentially a specs of the application or a website that you want. What will this entail, what it needs to do. So this is more of a brief when it comes to the application, taken from the brief that you've put onto the Caffeine AI. And then on top of that, over here you have the code where you're able to see all of the files, what was written. In this case, you have some TypeScript, you have some HTML, things like that. And here you're able to see all of them at once and edit them in case you need. One other thing, there's a draft here which is live, and a draft of the website over here where you can see it as well being coded live. And on top of that, you also have a live version. Once you go live with your applications, you're able to see it directly. So one thing, firstly, before we go, I want to show you one thing that I built. I had this idea in mind, and which I'm going to continue building upon and also publish it online for everybody of you to see. And this is essentially where would you go application. So where would you go application it's a very simple Tinder style swipe application where essentially you're able to you have a leaderboard on the right side, and here you're picking would you rather go to the Netherlands, would you rather go to New Zealand or Sweden or things like that, and then based on that you have here the counter of it, and people can vote where would they rather go. One very cool thing on this, all of this was generated by a single prompt, and I will start to expand more and more onto it. The only thing which was created were the emoji JSON file, where essentially you have a pool of country names and JSON and emojis associated with that country in order for Caffeine AI to pick it up and have different emojis for a particular associated with a particular country. One other plug over here that I've done is the Global World Computer Hacker League, which is happening now, where you're essentially everybody from these countries that exist worldwide can join the hacker, can join one of the biggest hackathons which are happening now within the Web3 space when it comes to the ICP. And yeah, I love it. So this is just one of the examples. I'm going to publish this live so you're able to see it. I'm just going to refine a bit when it comes to the UI and UX side of things and make some changes. And then based on that, I will start building more and more of the application side. One thing as well over here you have is, and this is something that I wanted, was, okay, how do you hide and show the leaderboard? And then you're able to see over here, and you have a bunch of different animations which are set in stone through Tailwind, and you're able to essentially have, you're able to then cast the vote and it shows automatically over here. One other thing that I was playing around, and this is something that I will play around a bit more in the future, I want to have a new landing page for RZLT, which is a marketing house that we have. And I started playing around with Caffeine AI in order to see what we can do. And I've created a very big prompt on the Caffeine AI side of the CTAs, what would be the brand voice in order for Caffeine AI to fill out some other missing pieces which exist, such as the footer and things like that. And then also I've mentioned a lot of different things that we're doing from the service perspective. So all of that incorporated led to the creation of this, and now we're gonna go and dive a bit more deeper into the getting the forms ready, but then also incorporating potentially some 3D elements or animated elements through Anima.js or things like that, in order to get a bit more dynamic flow on the whole UI side of things. But on the other side, this is how it looks like now from the Caffeine AI perspective, also with 2 prompts created. So this is an overview of everything. I'm gonna start sharing more and more when it comes to the things that you can do, prompts as well that I'm using, and then through that expand on the whole thing when it comes to Caffeine AI. I hope you enjoyed this first introduction video. Gonna be more of them, and then through that we take it further. I'm very much looking forward to this and exploring it further and seeing what are the capabilities. And yeah, wish you a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye.